This is Mwangi Wajumbe, a professional trainer on strategy, performance management, sheet management, and also leadership. I'm also a widely published writer in the Kenyan media on the same areas. The most notable publication is a monthly strategy column in a magazine titled Small and Medium Enterprise Today, which lasted 5 years. That is from 2013 to 2018. As I continued writing that column, I got influenced into writing 2 publications. The first one is titled Career Dynamics in the 21st Century, and the sub-theme is Unleashing the Human Performance Potential. It was first published in 2015, and an article that appeared in the Daily Nation on 23rd May 2015 made the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, KICD, to be attracted to the publication. And in 2016, the book was approved for circulation in secondary schools in Kenya and also used for the architecture of the competency-based curriculum, CBC. As it continued circulating in schools, I again became influenced to writing another book, this time titled Living Beyond Survival, sub-theme No More Tiptoeing in Life, which was first published in 2018. This second publication attracted 2 forwards, one from a vice chancellor of a university and the other one from the CEO of Kenya Institute of Management. The 2 forwards made the publication to become a serious authority, and it also started circulating in schools and many other institutions, just like Career Dynamics in the 21st Century. In other words, they became twins on matters of empowerment in this country. Now, what is the issue of interest today? Before discussing that, I would encourage you to subscribe in our channel so that be updated promptly as soon as there is new content on this channel. Meanwhile, in the month of June, we have not been very busy making new presentations, except uploading content on our activities in the school system, whereby we have conducted quite a number of seminars during the first term of the academic year 2022. And this will continue in the next term, but for today, there's an issue of interest that I feel I need to discuss. Soon after the exams or Kenya Certificate of Secondary Examinations results came out in 2022 for the year 2021, 144,466 students qualified to join university. But something interesting is that 16,310 students avoided joining university. That is a proportion of 11.28%. Either they joined private universities instead of public universities, but majority joined TIVET institutions. If you compare this to 2020, 143,140 students qualified to join universities, but 15,547, which is a proportion of 10.08%, avoided joining public universities and instead joined some private universities, but majority joined TIVET institutions. And that is an issue of concern. Why so? University education is the apex of knowledge anywhere in the world. Why should students who qualify to join university avoid joining university? That became an issue of concern, and it reminded me of what influenced me in writing Career Dynamics in the 21st Century way back in 2015. I had noticed that more than 80% of Kenyans who are employed are dispassionate about the work they do. And I saw a lot of wastage of human capital and human efforts and even finance, and decided to research on that area. Alongside, I found that more than 50% of our graduates are unemployable. What does that mean? Graduates who are properly empowered are supposed to easily secure lucrative jobs. If not, they should be able to create their own. So, what was this issue of more than 50% of graduates being unemployable? And that is now what influenced me to write the first book, Career Dynamics in the 21st Century, which came out in March 2015, but precisely on 18th May 2015, when it was very new, I received an unusual call from a senior government officer who told me that she is a training director in the Ministry of Youth Affairs and has learned about my book titled Career Dynamics in the 21st Century and would be interested in reading it. And if possible, it should immediately be delivered to our office, which was situated in Ushomi House, Nairobi. That is Aga Khan Walk, Nairobi. And I considered this to be an important call and decided to personally deliver the book to the officer the following day. When I arrived, she was waiting for me and she was very eager to meet me. I don't know why. But when we met, she reminded me of the Youth Enterprise Development Fund concept that I provided to the government in 2006. And she told me that concept is what made her to acquire the current job, because training of youth was part of my recommendations. That was quite exciting. And the officer, who now revealed her name as Dr. Dina Mwinzi, sought to understand the idea behind career dynamics in the 21st century. And after explaining, she quickly acquired her own personal copy of the concept. And she told me she's not going to sleep that day until she completes reading that book. And that was surprising. I asked her, why? Is it that urgent, madam? And she said, yes, I'm been given an assignment by my bosses on developing a solution for the radicalization of the youth. And she told me that currently, because of unemployment or lack of jobs, many youth were being influenced to travel to Somalia and join the Al-Shabaab group, and that has become a dangerous threat in the country. So that's why she has to urgently find solutions, and she thinks my concept maybe provide some value. And having understood that, I just assured her that there is no doubt about that, and I'll call her after 3 or 4 days to confirm what she has found from the book. And sure enough, I called her after 3 days or so, and she confirmed to me that she had gotten what she wanted, and she's progressing as far as developing the solution that was required was concerned. I forgot about that matter, but some months later, I heard or learned that TIVET is on course. Ada, a principal secretary named Dr. Dina Mwinzi, who I had met a few months before, discussing the work that, or the solution she was trying to develop. And now, the youth had now acquired an empowerment pathway that will enable them to secure jobs as soon as they get certificates or they finish the courses from TIVET institutions, as was envisaged by the new department of the Ministry of Education situated in Jogo House, Nairobi. Well, for me, that was quite interesting. And that after some time, I made the effort of going to visit Dr. Mwinzi, but I didn't find her in the office. The only thing is that I confirmed what she was doing since the last time we met. And I forgot about, interactions with Dr. Mwinzi and anything to do with TIVET until now, the recent developments, when I noticed that the trend is now students to join university TIVET institutions even when they qualify to join universities. And I felt I needed to know more about that, because in 2021, in the third edition of Career Dynamics in the 21st Century, there is something that I had indicated on page 19, which talks about how STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics empowerment pathway in the current curriculum, that is the competency-based curriculum, CBC, may not succeed if technical education is not implemented right from junior secondary education. Now, I needed to know why technical education is not a focus in secondary schools in this country, and why that empowerment pathway for blue-collar jobs was killed in the 844 system. And after deep thoughts, I thought of again looking for Dr. Mwinzi. And since I still retain her contact, it was easy to call her. And when I called her, she revealed that she no longer works with the government, but she's still interested in empowerment as a university lecturer in a private university. So it was not difficult to now continue analyzing the current trends. And my first question to her was, why students are now avoiding to join university and instead joining TIVET institutions? And Dr. Mwinzi gave a straightforward answer. TIVET institutions empower them with skills that enabled them to immediately secure jobs, immediately as soon as they finish their courses. That's why students are avoiding to join university, but instead joining TIVET institutions. My next concern was, why is it that technical education or technical subjects are not emphasized in the current 844 education system? What is the problem? And Dr. Mwinzi gave me a very straightforward answer. The government allows that policy. It is still in existence in the education system, but the options are left to the principals and school administrators. So the government does not emphasize that. And I had another concern. Why would the government not emphasize or make it a must an empowerment strategy that would ensure that people are aligned properly, and those who need to go for technical education, they'll be able to know at an early stage. Those who want to go for academics and join universities will know at an early stage. Why would that happen? And Dr. Mwinzi was very categorical, and she said there are many stakeholders in the education system who have different interests, and especially the political sector. They will not allow professionals to do as they wish. They will control. And that is something that the professionals do not have much they can do. And for me, I just thought of recent interactions with the principal of Nanyuki High School, which is now a very popular destination for students joining secondary schools because there is technical education, technical subjects of various kinds. And what Dr. Munsi told me complied with what we discussed with the principal of Nanyuki High School. And actually, it all depends on the principal. What subjects are to be learned by students in their organizations or in their schools. So, the question is, will CBC excel if the government is not interested in enforcing technical education in secondary schools, right from junior secondary school all the way to senior secondary schools, so that students can understand their orientations based on the paradigms of the 21st century? I'm still concerned about that, and hopefully there will be a correction on that policy in such a way that it's made a must as opposed to an option. There is a lot we can share on empowerment strategy in the 21st century, but for now, you are encouraged to read Career Dynamics in the 21st Century and also Living Beyond Survival. For more, don't hesitate to engage us for seminars in schools, for teachers, for students from Form 2, Form 3, Form 4. Also institutions which would want their employees to be best performers upon aligning themselves with the paradigms of the 21st century. More is still available on the YouTube channel, and you can contact us for more interactions through 0772 516210 or 0722 516210. Thank you and have a very good day.